Opening in theaters this week is the newest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and here's my review. The MCU has managed to be appealing thanks to its likable set of heroes, sense of humor, and the big action set pieces. Quantumania is some of that as we catch up with Scott Lang again, and the first half has some neat visuals in particular. However, the movie does eventually become a series of loud action scenes as the Ant family confronts a couple of villains who are not interesting enough, including one intended to be the universe's next big bad. The charm from the first two Ant-Man movies is retained through the opening scenes. Paul Rudd brings an immense charisma to Scott, and it's funny seeing him take advantage of his newfound fame. There is decent humor born out of him now having a teenage daughter who's grown a lot since he last saw her before the snap. When the characters are sucked into the quantum realm, the movie turns to something akin to a 1980s fantasy film, as they're treated to all kinds of eye-catching creatures. The designers come up with fun concepts, with a blob-like creature serving as the scene stealer. William Jackson Harper also has a very funny role as one of the realm's residents, enough that one wishes he got more screen time. The filmmakers attempt to explore the father-daughter relationship as Scott and Cassie are plunged into this adventure. That aspect is handled well and the arc is decently explored. The world of the quantum realm has enough visual panache to it, even though the actors are obviously walking in front of screens most of the time. Where the film largely underwhelms is with its villains. After making his debut appearance on the Disney Plus series Loki, Kang the Conqueror returns and remains largely a bore. We're frequently told of him being a danger and a threat, but he never becomes intimidating. Despite Jonathan Majors' best efforts, he's mostly required to spout cliched evil villain dialogue, and one's interest starts to wane during the second half when he takes over the movie. Not helping matters is the secondary villain MODOK. The character largely exists as comic relief, but he's more of an annoyance. While the other visual effects in Quantumania are impressive, it feels like the effects team was given the least amount of time possible to refine MODOK. It's a silly-looking design that's distracting anytime the character appears on screen. At a certain point, the movie becomes a lot of uninteresting fight scenes with a whiz-bang action not delivering the excitement one hopes for. There is some imagination to be found in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and a few of the character moments do shine. Through most of it, the world inhabited by Scott and his family does keep one curious about how they'll get out of this situation. However, it becomes easy to zone out once the villains arrive. There's still a chance for Kang to become a worthy villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but at this point he feels closer to the boring antagonists from the earlier phases than the more interesting baddies we've seen in Marvel movies the past number of years. It's his presence that ultimately drags down the proceedings and makes it difficult to care about the usual special effects heavy climax that's now a Marvel tradition.